All right, guys, Sean with Woodcrest Small Engine in Highland, Illinois here with our first look at the Gravely Axis 200 DT mini track skid loader. So as you can see, this one has a bucket on it, but they come with pallet forks or a bucket or any other kind of attachments. It does have the quick attach there. Gravely bought this brand from Thomas Equipment and pretty much copied everything that they had going on. As you can see there, they have the hydraulic attachments. You can put any kind of attachment on this thing, post hole digger, all kinds of stuff. It's got a power deal there since the battery is kind of buried in there. Headlight, LED headlight right there. Now this is a track unit. They also have a narrow track unit if you got to fit into certain small places. And there is also a wheeled unit. They all come with Kubota 25 horse diesel engines, and it is a stand-on. So you stand on that platform there. There is some foam. Honest review, that foam could be a little bit better. It's a little bit cheap for what it is. I just ended up using this thing, loaded some dirt onto my truck there from around this area. Ran about an hour and a half on it, so I got a good solid review here for you. Hydraulic tank is on this side, diesel fuel is on that side. Now there's a proportioning valve back here for the hydraulics. They have some unique hydraulic stuff going on here. So a lot of stuff going on, it looks like, but not really. Key switch is right there. You can preheat the diesel and start on that side. Headlight switch right there. A few indicators here: hydraulic, oil pressure. So those two are temperature, that one's pressure. Hour meter right on top. This one's got about 9 hours on it now. There's a parking brake button. So to turn it on, you push that parking brake button. To turn it off, you gotta push the green one. Now I think they are aware of it already, but this release sticks sometimes, so you kind of got to run it back and forth and play with it to get that parking brake off sometimes, but I think they are aware of that and they are working on that. Now, these two switches here, it's got different outputs for the hydraulics. So, there's an A and a B and a 0 and a 1. So the A0 will make it 60% driving, 40% hydraulics, so the bucket, the attachments, whatever you got to do there. B0 would be 60% hydraulics, 40% driving. A1 is 100% hydraulics, so say you're running a post hole digger, you can run all the hydraulic power to the post hole digger because you're not driving the unit. And then B1 would be 100% driving, so if you want to use this thing as a bulldozer, you'd want to put it on B1, set your height for hydraulics, put it on B1, and it puts all the power to the wheels. So as far as driving the unit, this is actually stationary, so you hang on to this thing, but it's a one-handed control basically, so you can go forward, backward. It's like a mini skid loader or mini zero turn really, and left side control, right side control. Now this is your auxiliary hydraulics, so if you got a attachment on one of the two hoses there, that's what this guy's for. And then this is your bucket controls. And normal bucket controls, up, down, tilt, forward and backward. So, and then you got your throttle control right there, toolless covers there to get in there and check the oil. I am not an operator by any means, but it is a little jumpy, I'll say that. But it doesn't matter which controls you're on there, so that A and B, 0 and 1, makes a big difference on how jumpy this thing is. But I am no operator, that's for sure. I just ran it for about an hour and a half and I was getting the hang of it, but they come with a 48-inch bucket or a 36-inch bucket. They are separate from the machine, but I think Gravely's going to do some great things with this. They've dabbled in this area before. There is a arm there, safety if you're lifting the bucket up and using that. Another honest review thing here. This is your fuel tank. There is no fuel indicator, so you don't know how much fuel you got unless you open that thing up and look in there, and it's kind of hard to see anyway. So I think one thing they need to add is a fuel gauge. But overall, this thing is a lot of fun. We're gonna be a dealer for them in Highland, Illinois. We're pretty close to St. Louis. So if you need one of these, or if you want a demo or rent one of these, come on and see us, or another Gravely dealer that's going to be handling these. So got any questions, put them in the comments. Super excited to get these out in the market and use them. Got a lot of people interested so far, but they compare to like a Bobcat or a Ditch Witch. I think they're right there with price as well. So excited to see what they do. I just loaded my dump truck. Oh, that was one other thing I was going to say is I only have a dump truck, but I think a dump trailer would be the unit to use for this thing here, because it lifts just high enough to go over my sideboards there and load that. I did it, but it wasn't ideal. So it lifts pretty high, but it doesn't lift necessarily high enough for my dump truck. I think if it was a dump trailer, you'd have no problem at all. Great thing about that unit is it's light enough to fit on a trailer like this. So you can put it behind a half-ton pickup truck. Gonna be great for landscapers. I just loaded all this, no problem. It didn't take me an hour and a half. I farted around a little bit more than that, but pretty excited to sell these things. Gravely's got something going here. Great company. If you don't know about the Gravely and Aaron's company, I'll give you a quick rundown if you're still listening to this video. Aaron's company actually owns the Gravely brand out of Brillion, Wisconsin. Aaron's has been around since 1933, and they are still a family-owned business. It's Dan Aaron's that's the CEO now. Really, really cool company. I've met Dan a few times, and I'm nobody. So if you ever get to tour the facility, it's going on 100 years old, family-owned company. They got he's 30-something. Dan Aaron has 3 boys, and they are pretty much next in line to take over the family business. And I think that'll be 6 generations. 6 generations, family-owned Aaron's company, who owns Gravely. And this is one of their flagship brands. They own a few brands, but Gravely and Aaron's, pretty well-known in the lawn and garden. They also have some side-by-sides, the Atlas JSV, which we're a dealer for as well. But really excited about this unit. They got these hooks here. If you ever need one, hit up a Gravely dealer or come see us at 705 Broadway, Highland, Illinois, on the southern end of Illinois. So I think that's all I got for you today. I'm gonna try and make a few other videos of this thing running and show you what it can do. Thanks, guys.